Hello everybody, this is Neanderthal Gaming and welcome back to Minecraft. Today we'll be continuing our World Edit beginner's guide, I guess you could call it, going over the basics of World Edit. Today we are doing another one of the most important and basic functions of World Edit, the copying and pasting, having things to do with the clipboard. And so to begin with, you'll need your handy dandy wooden axe again, and the first thing we'll start off with is copying and of course pasting. And so if we have a tower here, we want to imagine that we have a cube or rectangular prism around this tower. So from this corner of the imaginary cube rectangular prism idea all the way to this one. Actually, let's move this in a little bit. So as you can see, we want it kind of just barely grabbing everything here. So I think we're good. Yeah, so that should grab everything. So it's even with this edge, even with this edge, and then even with the top, and then over down here we have it even with this edge, even with this edge, and then even with the bottom, because we do want to also grab the cobblestone ring underneath. So we have our reference corners set, so let's select the area with the wooden axe with a left click and a right click. So we have first position and second position, and now the trick is that I learned, if you want to be exact where you actually paste the object, you want to, once you have the area selected, you want to go to the center, and then I like going to the middle, the very middle, and then also the bottommost layer. And so also at ground level is important too. So let's slash copy. And so now wherever I'll paste it, I will go stand exactly in the middle where I want the bottom middle of the tower to be. Also, if I'm standing on top of a flat grass area, this floor that I have around me will be even with that. Let's clear the weather here. Alright, let's also do this. There we go. Alright, so I have an area picked out over here. As you can see, I've already done it a few times with the towers, so we have an area cleared out over here. So let's find the center of this. And now let's go right about here, and since we're right in the middle here, and I'm even with the ground, I want the cobblestone and the stone brick layer underneath to be, you know, flush with this ground. Since I'm standing on it right here, and the way that we copied it, it should be perfect. So let's do slash paste. Give it a second, and there we go. So right where I paste it is of course right where I copied it, and that is relative to where your body is, like where your character is actually standing matters when you copy and paste. So there you go, nice and easy. And then afterwards, of course, you'll just have to remove these reference corners. Not that big of a deal, you know, having to break two blocks versus having to build the entire tower again. Pretty good trade-off. Alright, so that is copying and pasting. Now we have, of course, cutting. And that is if you accidentally... It's basically like the move tool, but a little bit more precise, like if you want to do it further away. So we have this area selected still, so let's do slash cut. And that will remove the entire area. But don't worry, we can just come back and find the center again. It's right there. And we can do slash paste. Actually, no. Since we cut it from over here on this glowstone block, I believe it was right here. We can do slash paste, and it should put it right back where it was. Or nothing will happen at all. Oh. There it is. Let's undo that. Let's actually undo twice and try that again. I think I cut it from a weird angle. So let's stand right here and slash cut. Okay, so yeah, we're right in the corner, and now we cut it, and so it's gone. And so let's try that again. Slash paste. Now sure, yeah. Okay, so now it's back right where it should be. All right, so that is another easier way to move something if you put it in the wrong spot. That is cutting down, and now we have rotating. So let's go try something that is not so uniform on all four sides. One of the best ways I've found to, or one of the best uses for rotating is doing something like these patterns on the outside of the walls here. So as you can tell, this deep, you know, kind of grooved in pattern in this wall is the same right above. It's also the same on all of these towers. But you could just copy and paste that pretty easily because it's on the same facing wall. But let's say if I wanted to do it on the back side here, because I did that, as you can see, it's the same on this side of the wall as it is on this side of the wall, except obviously it's flipped 180 degrees. And so how you do that is you come down here and you select the area of the wall. So that's the bottom left corner, and then we want the top right corner, let's say about here. And then we come down to a central position, also ground level, and we go / copy. And then we fly over our wall, and let's pretend our wall is out a little bit, and we find our central position. We / rotate. Oops. Actually, I'm sorry, the position where you're standing doesn't matter when you rotate it. So rotate, and then the degree angle, so 180. Enter. And so in our clipboard, once we've copied something, that thing that we copied, that area, is in our clipboard. And so once it's in your clipboard, the rotate command flips it in the clipboard, or rotates it, I should say. And so now, instead of facing north, the wall faces south. There you have it. So there you go. That's how you transfer, that's how you rotate your clipboard. You can also do something like this. There's a / flip command. This is useful if you want to basically flip something, I guess. So let's actually try this. / flip and then down. So you could do up, down, north, south, east, and west for this. So now we have it flipped down. So let's paste it again. And these commands do stack. So as you can see, it's still flipped it's still rotated 180 degrees, and then I flipped it upside down. As you can see, the reference corner here, glowstone, is in the top left versus the bottom right. So that has flipped it completely upside down. Now we can do it again. Let's do a / flip east, and then / paste. And so there, it flipped it. It completely mirrored it, I guess, east. And so instead of, this is the original spot. Actually, no. So let's take this piece of glowstone, for example. Originally, down there, it was in this corner here. And then we rotated it 180 degrees, which put it in this corner here. And then we flipped it upside down, which put it in this corner here. And then we flipped it east one more time, and that put it in that corner. So there you have it. That is the basics of the clipboard. And now we'll move on to the second part. Alright, so now we are moving on to the generation part of World Edit. And first off, we have cylinders and circles. And so let's go find an empty area over here. This looks like a good flat spot. Let's do the first one. So / as usual, and then CYL, I'm sorry. So that stands for cylinder, obviously, and then there's a space, and then there's the block type you want. So let's do cobblestone, and then another space, and then the radius you want. This is for a cylinder, remember. So let's do 4, and another space, and then the height that you want. And there are restrictions for this, and then it will let you know if you break those restrictions. I think the max radius it allows is 6, and so we're not breaking that right now. Not 6. What is it? I wonder. I can't remember. It's something. Oh, and then I'm trying to, so it formed the cylinder around me, and so you have to break your way out, but make sure you're not using the wooden axe. So there you go. A radius of 4, I believe. So you can check that. 1, 2, 3. Oop, from the center, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not including the center. So there you go, and then a height of 10. So that is a basic cylinder. Pretty easy. Next, and you could, never mind. You could, I was gonna say you could change any of the radius and height. Obviously, you don't have to use cobblestone, all of that stuff. Just do whatever you want. That's just the basic command. So next we have the circle, and then we have we could just do a radius. You could just do a cylinder with a height of 1. To be honest, you could do a hollow cylinder though, and that is / HCYL, and let's do glowstone, radius of 4, height of 10, it's the same size. As you can see, that created a hollow cylinder around us, and of course that will go off the perfect Minecraft circles all the time. So let's let's do a bigger radius so it looks more like a cylinder. Let's do //HCYL, and that's hollow cylinder. Glowstone 10 10. So there we go. That looks more like a circle the farther you get away. The bigger the radius, obviously the more circular it's going to look, but there you go. There you have it. There is, like I said, a radius limit, I believe. Oh no, actually, I'm sorry. That's for the brush tool. For the regular cylinder tool, I believe there is no limit, because I made this this castle using the cylinder tool. Actually, what I did was I made the cylinder with, like, you know, whatever 25 block radius or something like that, and so it was solid stone brick. And then what I did was I went into the center and I made a air cylinder with a radius of, you know, 20, and so we had a 5 thick hollow cylinder on the outside. So that's just how I manipulated the cylinder tool in order to build this large structure. So let's undo this eyesore over there. There we go. All right, so next is the sphere tool. I'm not sure what kind of sphere you'd want to be making in Minecraft. Can't really see any practical uses for this, but I'm sure somebody out there will have one. So obviously we have the / sphere, the block. Let's do glass. Radius, of course. Let's do 6, and then that is it. So as you can see, it placed it at our feet. One more. And there you go. Simple glass sphere. Let's undo that. And then of course you could do a hollow sphere, I believe. Yeah, so let's just / H and then sphere, glass 5. There you go. Hollow glass sphere with a radius of 5. People like to do this with lava. I think you can actually, I wonder if the lava actually floats. Let's try this. / sphere, lava, oh no, yeah, lava 5. Does the lava start melting? Yes, it does. Undo. That's gonna take a while to go away, huh? Whoops. Oh well. Look at this though. That's kind of cool. It's a bit laggy. Drop my frames from 30 to, or from 60 to 30. Hopefully. Oh, by the way, there was a comment on one of my earlier videos, actually a video I posted a while ago, on the quality, and I think the problem was I had switched over from Fraps to XSplit, and I don't have the premium membership for XSplit, and so it was limiting my quality, I believe, and so I switched back to Fraps, in which I do have a membership with. I do not have the orange border automatically set, but I think I could do that in post. So let's find out if we can do that. Hopefully the quality is better. I've obviously got a brand new camera, and I've obviously hopefully having a better quality of gameplay footage. So anyway, that is the sphere. Next is pyramids, and these are something that are near and dear to my heart. As the first time, I don't know if I've ever said this, but the first Minecraft experience I've ever had was in the Xbox 360 version. And then of course, you know, once I started watching YouTube videos of like the Yogscast doing mods and Tekkit, especially Tekkit. Tekkit is what really piqued my interest in changing over to the PC version. But one of my favorite things to do, whether clear, one of my favorite things to do was I had my regular base, you know, and I really wish I still had it on my Xbox so I could look at it, because man, I would bring so much nostalgia. I could probably rebuild my base right now. I remember it so clearly. But one of my favorite things to do was I would build resource pyramids, and so instead of having a storage area for like my lapis blocks, I would go out and build a small pyramid for it, and then I would have chests inside that pyramid with lapis in it, and of course the pyramid would be made out of lapis, noting what item was in it. And I set up like traps and stuff in them, like pitfalls. If you'd open, or if you'd walk on the pressure plate, you'd fall to your death, and there's like a staircase down to go get your stuff. But anyway, obviously that was stupid because I was the only person on there, but you know, I was just experimenting. That was like basic stuff long time ago. But yeah, pyramids. So anyway, let's make a pyramid. / pyramid. If I can spell pyramid. Let's do lapis. Let's see. I wonder if lapis block will work. Lapis. Hold on. What is lapis? Is it called lapis lazuli block? lapis lazuli block. Let's actually look up the item ID for that. And I did put the links in the description to these ID pages as well as the forge page, stuff like that. In the last video, I'm also going to put them in this video, so don't worry about that. Let's find lapis lazuli block. There you go, block ID 22. Alright, so let's go / pyramid 22. And then what other constraints we need? We need block, and then we need the size. Okay, let's do a size of 6. I'm not sure what that means. I'm assuming 6 high? Where does the 6 come into play here? Maybe, oh, radius probably. Yeah, okay, so this one isn't actually radius, it's to the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 to the center here. So it actually was like that. Alright, so there you go, basic pyramid. Of course, you can go bigger if you want, but that is the basic pyramid. And then the same goes for the sphere and the cylinder. You could do a hollow pyramid by / H pyramid. Just put the H in front of the regular pyramid, and then you do the same, space, block, space, the size. Alright, so next is one of my favorite ones. You can, let's see, let's transfer over to a flat world here. Be right back. Alright, so here we are now in the flat creative world. I have created a little bump here in our grass. I just wanted to see if this forest gen tool, which is of course the next one, will create not just on a flat space, but of course just cover the random landscape around you. So over here we have a birch forest that I created and actually crashed the game with because it was way too many blocks at once. This is a forest size of 200, which I believe from where I was standing, which was somewhere down here, is 200 by 200. I'm sorry, it'd probably be 200 out each way, so it's probably 400 by 400, but as you can see, it covered our castles here around them. Pretty cool. But yeah, this was way too big for my game to handle, and so it crashed instantly after I hit enter from the command. So let's go over here and try a smaller version. And I just want to know, this platform here of dirt is just for me to see if it will, kind of go with the contours or if it only does flat. So let's stand in the center-ish area and go / forest gen, and then the type of forest, I'm sorry, the size first. Let's do 30, and then let's do oak, and then the densities. Let's try 5 and let's see what happens. So it created 157 trees. There you go. Okay, so that's good. It does go to the contour. So it did create some up there. It also created some down here. So here you go. This is just an idea of what you do. The size is pretty small. Obviously, you could do bigger things. You might have to crash. The game might crash, but of course, once you log back on, the trees will be there. So don't worry about that. Also the density, so that's a density of 5. I believe this was a density of 10, so you can see how there's still big gaps, random gaps in that generation. All over here there are gaps, but they're definitely fewer and far between. Man, that looks like a really cool hedge maze, doesn't it? Flying above it. Huh. That's a cool idea, actually. Anyway, that is forest gen, and then we have one more in the generation, and that will be it for this video. So let's fly back out to our open area here again. And the last thing we have is the pumpkin patches. So let's do this. Let's go over here, and let's go / pumpkins, and then the size. 50. There you go. So that's what World Edit has as a pumpkin patch. It's just some pumpkins, some oak wood, and then some oak branches, I believe, or some oak leaves that disappear. Alright, so there you have it. That's a pumpkin patch. I'm not sure if you'd want to make a huge pumpkin patch like that, or if you'd want to, make your own. But that is what it looks like. So there you go. That is it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the links in the description. There's more tutorials on World Edit. It gets more in-depth on their wiki, of course. I'm just showing the basics, the tools that are commonly used in World Edit as we look over this slightly glitchy sunrise. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.